Well, hello again, everyone. We welcome you to Blues Game Day Live alongside Joe Vitale, Darren Pang here in Dallas, Texas, where the Blues face off against a Central Division matchup here with the Dallas Stars. Joey, pretty impressive 11-game swing so far. Have you been part of an 11-game win streak in any part of your life?
15. We were in Pitt.
That's long. How did that feel?
It felt pretty good.
Yeah. Did it feel like no matter what you did, you were just going to be able to come back and win a hockey game?
100%.
That's what it seems like with this hockey club.
It's the swagger. It's just that feeling in the locker room. Not much is being said. Not much is really being talked about. Everyone knows exactly what they need to do. You go in, you do it, and even when the team gets down, like we saw in the Toronto Maple Leafs game, they found a way to battle back. So all good feelings for the St. Louis Blues right now.
So when everything's positive, the energy level is high no matter what happens during a game.
Easily.
During this 11-game franchise record streak here, and we're talking about a lot of great teams with the St. Louis Blues. It says a lot about what Craig Berube and this group of players that Doug Armstrong put together at the beginning of the year that we thought was going to be a really good team. Now they are a really, really good team, and they're playing for one another. But in this streak of 654.5 minutes, they've had the lead 60% of the time. I think, Joe, I'm maybe more impressed with the fact they've only trailed 5.5% of the time. So only 36 of the 654 minutes, this team has trailed in a hockey game.
Incredible, isn't it? I mean, you look back to that, I believe it was the Florida game, February 5th, the third game in this streak. That was the last time they were losing in this entire streak. Yeah. So the Blues, for me, first thing that jumps out is the start. The start to the game has been just terrific. Ryan O'Reilly, feels like Groundhog's Day, but his line has been starting every game. I loved how every time they start the game, they go to the offensive zone, and they had that push. Because every team that's playing them right now, the Blues have a target on their back. They're all thinking, what's going on with this Blues team? And boom, right out of the gates, the Blues are coming out flying, and they're really never looking back. But scoring that first goal has been a key for the stretch.
The shots on goal in that first period's been pretty strong, very significant. I mean, it's going to wear down the opposition. If not for Freddie Anderson of the Toronto Maple Leafs the other night in the first period, it could have even been a more exaggerated lead for the Blues.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, in front of the net, you looked at all the chances the Blues had, and Anderson came up extremely big, and, 2-0 could have easily been 4-0 in that game. And then on the flip side, you look at Bennington, goaltending in the second period for the St. Louis Blues. The Toronto Maple Leafs had that push. You knew that push was coming, but that's when they got those timely saves and kept them in the game.
8 straight wins on the road for the St. Louis Blues. They've got 17 total wins now in the Western Conference on the road. Only Calgary has more. So at the beginning of the year, when people were a little confused with how the Blues were playing, the road game was very simple. The road game was excellent from day one, and it continues on now, and maybe even better now. Is it because, the matchup game is a little bit better? Is it
That's what you need to be.
needed?
It's a good number.
5-on-5, totally improved. That gives teams like Dallas a lot of fits as well, because you're going to hem them in. They've got a young defensive core. You hem them in the offensive zone. You keep that sustained pressure from one line to another. It just taxes them. Maybe the Blues can create a little bit more power play opportunities, which they're doing a lot more because they've got the puck in the O-zone.
Yeah, they are, and they're snapping the puck toward the net. You looked at Tarasenko and O'Reilly, both their goals in Minnesota, not wasting a lot of time looking for that pretty play, throwing pucks in net. Colton Parayko, he wants to pass on that goal he had versus Toronto Maple Leafs a couple nights ago. He's looking past looking pass, but all of a sudden he sees an open. He just takes it, getting more shots than that on the
You saw
power
that was
play.
in, didn't you? Right,
Oh,
right
well,
from way up there.
it had a good little thud to it. Yeah.
I was listening to you and Curbs, and it went. He thought post, crossbar, post, and out.
Yeah.
But it went post, thud, and out.
Back
and,
bar.
Yeah, back bar, and in. What a great shot that was.
Oh man, what a laser! It was a snapshot too.
And I've even seen Vladdy has. You can tell confidence is everything, and Vladdy's talked about it. And one thing that Craig Berube talked about earlier when he took over was instilling confidence with these guys. Thought they were a fragile group. He's convinced, and I don't think he had to, but he's convinced Vladdy that he's a fast player. So skate fast.
Right.
He's convinced him that one time in a puck's not a bad thing. He's been one time in pucks.
Right.
It's nice to see.
It is nice to see. And you know, the game that they won against the Dallas Stars back in January, and you had a great call on the play. Vladdy came down on that right side. You know, he's a left shot, and he makes. You said it called it a stutter step.
Yep.
And he makes a little stutter step to the middle, and boom, he fires it low blocker on Bishop. To me, that was a goal that really jumped out at me. Like, oh my God, this is an elite score. Well, he followed that goal up with another goal in that game, and this was the game against the Dallas Stars in this building that really started Tarasenko's up and running role. And since then, he's been terrific.
Speaking of Ben Bishop, by the way, he was out here early working with their goaltending coach, and he does remain on the ice with Hudobin. Hudobin's played the majority of their games with Ben being out, so we have to mention that. Good old St. Louis boy, I tell you.
But Ben always likes to warm up morning skate at this end.
At that end. He doesn't like the game.
Right now.
Yeah.
He's the big goalie.
Yeah, he's a big goalie. Well, we could almost see him, but you're getting in the way. You're getting in the way. Let me just think. Speaking of goaltending, Jordan Binnington, 9 straight wins, 10 road starts. He's only given up 9 even strike goals against.
Not many are going off his stick or other team sticks.
No, the last 2 were off the Blues. He didn't even give up a goal against a Maple Leaf player.
I know.
It went off a Blues player's stick, so they'll tidy that up. But that's awfully impressive. It tells you about the way the team's playing at even strength, though. I mean, every goaltender will take it. When the team's back checking as hard as they're back checking, and they're coming back through the middle of the ice, there's no opportunities in the really red light district there. They're coming from the outsides, and any goalie is going to take something from the angles. He's a good angle goalie. He's in good control of his post and his crease, and so that continues on. I got to throw something out here before we wrap things up today. O'Reilly for the Selke.
Yes,
I mean, it's going to finally catch a little bit.
Let's talk about it.
It's over the last few years playing for Buffalo. It caught a little win there. The same guys do win this prestigious trophy as the best defensive forward in the NHL, and for good reason. I mean, we've seen the Kopitars, we've seen the Bergerons, he's a mainstay. He's the Bob Gainey of our era. But I think that it's due here. Even when the team was struggling early, he was a plus player. He goes up against the other team's best. His takeaways, his two-way play.
Well, to me, like you just mentioned, that point at the end, being a good player on a hard team, we've both been on bad teams. It's hard to do. The Blues sat in dead last in this league, and you still had Ryan O'Reilly doing it as consistently as he was. To me, that is the most impressive thing about why he should be talked about in this award. And I know everyone talks about the overtime goal on the 2-on-1, but it's always that play that broke it up in the defensive zone. It's always making those little plays and having just sticks in the right lane. And you mentioned inside out. He defends from the inside out, does a terrific job. It always leads to good scoring chances. It's something that we should definitely be talking about.
Well, and it'll be a big matchup again in this game because you know that Craig Berube will have him on the ice as much against Seguin as possible. And it's kind of a two-headed monster with Jamie Benn. He can always light it up at any particular time. But if they're separated, the Blues have got Bozak, and then they've got Oscar Sundqvist, and Barbashev's done a great job. So I think the entire matchup will be a good one here tonight. It's a 7:30?
7:30.
Hey, thanks, Pinky. It's a 7:30 start here. Usually it's 7 o'clock. Don't trick me like that. The pregame's usually at 6:30.
That's right.
But now it's at 7 o'clock.
We get an extra time to nap today.
Pre-game show at 7 o'clock. That's going to be on KMOX, Chris Kerber and Joe Vitale. They will have the call on the radio side. We'll do the same thing on the TV side. We've had a break the last couple of nights, John Kelly and I, and Scotty Warman and Bernie Federico. They'll have the pre-game show as well. That'll be at 7 o'clock on Fox Sports Midwest. And we hope that you're going to enjoy the day, right? Enjoy the day.
Of course.
I mean, it's snowing there, too. Be careful,
it's snowing
right?
there and it's raining here.
So just be careful out there. Snuggle in. Get yourself a hot toddy.
Improvise. We didn't have a microphone today. I wasn't sure what to do with my hands.
We try
so I had to hold my folder
we'll try
instead.
to bring it to the people on the radio and the TV side. You boost the ratings on your side. We're all happy campers. How's that sound?
Let's keep this streak going.
Okay, 11 straight wins for the red-hot St. Louis Blues. See if they can make it 12 tonight in Dallas against the Dallas Stars. For Joe Vitale, I'm Darren Pang. Have a great day, everybody.